So here is everything that you get in the introductory packet. You get a packet of ivory, which is going to be your base, and then you get a packet of warm gold, which is has warm golden undertones and is great for women who are naturally tan. This is in the words of Silk Naturals. Olive is really great for neutral or Mediterranean skin tones with no pink undertones. Buttery gold has really strong yellow tones. So if you're someone that you have very yellow skin tone, then buttery gold would be your pigment. And then ebony is for neutral to pink or cool undertones. They do also mention that this is a little less pigmented than the other bases, so you might have to use a little bit more compared to the others. Now, I know that I am neutral skin tone. I'm not quite pink, I'm not quite yellow. I'm definitely neutral and perhaps a little beigey. So I know that I'm mostly ebony, but because this is a little bit more peachy, you can even see the peachiness compared to the others. I do mix in just a teensy bit of olive to help balance it out because I am truly sort of a neutral beige. So I use these two. So I'll get these other ones out of the way. Now they do also mention that for fair skin to use 1 scoop of the dark, which would be like one of these, to 8 to 12 scoops of white. Well, I do know from just trial and error and from using their foundation multiple times that I'm around a 1 to 9 ratio. So I do 9 scoops of ivory to 1 scoop of these combined. So I actually do about 3/4 of a scoop of ebony with just a tint of olive. So let me show you just how easy it is. Oh, before I do that, let me show you the other thing. So you get the packets of color. You also get one of these containers, and you also even get a filter that you can use, which is really nice. So once you're done mixing, you can just pop the filter on, and you don't have to worry about getting powder everywhere. You also get a scoop. So you can see I've used a little bit, which is nice. One of these packets actually, I think it makes about two of the, you can do 2 mixes, which is really nice. You actually get quite a lot. Here's a little scoop, and this is what you'll use to measure. And then they even give you like a little powder puff, which is nice. I prefer kabuki brushes, but if you like using little puffs for applying powder, they do give you one, but I'll set that aside too to get that out of the way. So now that we have sort of our basics, I will show you just how easy this is. So open up the ivory. And you always want to make sure that your scoops are the same level, right? You don't want to do like heaping scoops because then that's definitely going to be more than what you need. So I always actually just use the zipper closure or the Ziploc closure to help level it. So here's one, and I won't show you all 9 scoops because it does take a little while just to measure, but I just want to show you how you can make sure that it's nice and even. And then it's even nice because if they stay like in little globes, it helps you remember. Let me show you. It helps you actually remember how many scoops you've done because you definitely don't want to lose track. So here it is with 9 scoops. You can see that I have quite a little bit of white powder in there, and you do kind of get some all over. I always just make a mess when I do this. Others might actually be a little bit better about it than I am. And as you can see, and I've actually already made one of these, and I still have quite a bit of powder left. So you really do get a lot. The packets might seem small, but you actually get a lot. One note too is that this is more of a matte kind of cream finish. What's really interesting is that they do sell, Silk Naturals does sell powders that are very shimmery. So what I have done in the past as well is I might do 7 scoops of this, and I do 2 scoops of the white shimmer so that the base actually has some shimmer to it. So it is kind of nice that you're not stuck with just this. You can definitely use their boosters and their shimmer powders to add to it to give it kind of the look that you want. You can really customize it to what you want. So here's the ebony. So I'm going to do, like I said, I'm just going to do about 3/4 of a scoop. I'm not going to do quite a whole one. So here's like a whole one, right? And I'm going to take out just a little. So you can see that while I have quite a bit, it's not quite level. There is some missing. So I'm just going to put that in there. And then I'm gonna do just a little bit of the olive. And I don't know if you can hear my cat meowing. I'm not sure what she's meowing about. And then I'm gonna do just the teensy bit of olive because I really, both of these together should equal 1 scoop. So there's just the tiniest little bit, which is about what was missing from the ebony. So I just put that in there. And together those really blend nicely for me. But like I said, it really is kind of a trial and error. If you know that you have pink undertones, then you could probably just do ebony. If you know that you have just yellow, then buttery gold works. But sometimes you just kind of have to little mix and match. And because you get so much, it's really easy to do, which is nice. So once these are all in here, I put the cap on, as you can tell. And I just shake it, clean off some of this white powder everywhere. And just shake it. It's really easy to mix it. I try and mix it really good because you don't want to accidentally have a tiny little chunk of pigment, because those pigments are pigmented. And if you get a little bit on your face, it will definitely look pigmented. But it's pretty easy to mix. And I'll just tap it to get anything extra off of the top. And there you go. Now, one note about this, I will say, it is going to look a little bit lighter than perhaps some of your other foundations. So that's something to keep in mind, that while this does look a little bit lighter, I don't know if it just needs to oxidize or if I don't know quite how it works, but it ends up looking darker on your skin than it does in the little container. And that's something I've just found that I wanted to share with you. So if you look at this and you're like, wow, this is lighter, before adding more pigment or you know, making it darker, do swatches. So I'll show you here. I just have a little bit on my finger, so I'll just do a little bit here. And if you can see, this is actually a really good match. It blended in perfectly. So I'll do a little bit more just to kind of show you. So this is really a perfect match for my skin tone. Because like you can see, you just can't even see it. So once you're done, you just put on the little filter, and that way you can just tap out just a little bit at a time of what you need. Well, if it'll come out. There you go. So you can just tap off just a little bit of what you need rather than making a complete mess. And that is how easy it is.